Hello students, I am Tamilarasi, teacher educator in Vellalar College of Education. In this video, today we are going to see about behavioral theories of learning. So before getting to the topic today, first of all we have to know what is meaning by learning theory. Different people has different learning process. Obviously, the learning mechanism of everyone is differ from another one. So learning theory deals what is the ability of learning process, different learning processes. Okay, different views on instinct and basic nature of learning is came to be known as theory of learning. Basic 6 questions pertaining to learning are: what is learning, how one learns, what are the reasons for individual differences in learning, one can learn speedily and another cannot, so why this much of difference. So these are the things we can get this kind of question answers from learning theory. How one forgets, forgetting is a major problem among students, so why it happens. The next thing is, what is the role of practice and understanding in learning. So while learning, these two terms are main important. The first one is practice and the second one is understanding. Without these two things we can't make a proper learning. So the next one is how learning in one area is transmitted or transferred to other areas. See, if you are know tailoring, then it easy to learn embroidery. So these are the things we are going to handle here, how learning in one area is transferred to the other area. And the next thing is, what are the ways of motivating people to learn. Obviously, to learn there must be some motivation. So these are the various things we can get to know with the help of learning theories. Okay. So these learning theories are mainly classified into two types. The major classification comes under the two types. The first one is association theory and the next one is field theories. Here the list, the varieties of theories are there. Association theories, here we have list of theories. We know very familiar with the psychologist Thorndike's, Bowlow's. Everyone gives some learning theories to us. In association theory we have Thorndike connectionism, Bowlow's classical conditioning, Skinner's operant conditioning, Halsdale reduction theory, Kuth's theory of contiguity. The next one is field theories. Here itself we have many theories, two theories mainly. Gestalt's theory of Kogler, topological theory of Herd-Lewin, Gestalt's theory of Tolman. Okay, behaviorism and learning. What is the correlation between behaviorism and learning? How learning is fundamental and basic for behaviorism. These are the things we are going to see here. This learning theory states that behaviors are learned from the environment and says that innate or inherited factors have a very little influence on behavior. A common example of behaviorism is positive reinforcement. If you are given by some gift, some prize or rewarded, then that habit is become behaviorism. Okay, this is what discussed here. And the next thing is, the learning theories help to enhance student development and understanding. The learning theories are behaviorism, constructivism, cognitivism and humanism. And the next topic is very important one. We are going to see in detail in today's class. Thorndike's trial and error learning. So Thorndike's is also given a kind of learning theory which is based on trial and error. Okay, describes an organism's attempts to learn or solve a problem by trying alternative possibilities until a correct solution or a desirable outcome is achieved. See, for example, if you want to do biryani. Okay, so student, if you would you like to make a biryani, heavenly biryani, a tempting, mind-blowing, mouth-watering biryani, can you possible to get a tastiest biryani at a first attempt? Yes. Why? Because in the first attempt you can make some flawful biryani. You may forget to add some salt, or you may forget to add some masalas. In the next attempt you don't know how to cook rice non-stickily. So you have to attend various attempts. In every attempt you learn something, and in the final attempt you can make a very mouth-watering, mind-blowing biryani. Okay, after the many attempts, mistakeful attempts, you can make a wonderful biryani eventually. So this is what he told in his way. Usually involves this kind of learning usually involves a number of attempts and a number of errors before correct behavior is learned. Before getting into the correct behavior, the students or the organism make a lot of mistakenful attempts. Okay, that after the learning something at every attempt, in the end only he can make a desireful or correct behavior. The next one is motivation. Obviously the organism need motivation to achieve a goal, exploration, either random or purposeful. And the fourth one is reward. After the correct attempt, the organism needed to be given reward. If it getting reward, that particular behaviorism is repeated, which will lead to repeat performance of the correct response, strengthening the association between the behavior and its outcomes. Obviously, once learned behavior will usually be performed quickly and with fewer errors. Okay, just say previous example, if you are trying to make biryani, in your first attempt you will take 2 hours. Okay, with the year of experience or month of experience, you can make it within a half an hour or 1 hour. Okay, so this is what he is telling. One learned behavior will usually be performed quickly and with fewer errors. Obviously, Thorndike's bustle box experiment. See, we are having some biryani examples, like that. Thorndike's given us a beautiful experiment here. This is quite important in our curriculum, so please pay your attention here. Thorndike's puzzle box experiment. Okay, in this experiment, he took a cage-like box and used a hungry cat. Okay, so this is what. Don't forget hungry cat. So let's see. Thorndike put a hungry cat in a puzzle box and placed a fish just outreach of that cage. So usually a cat tends to eat fish, dry fish. So already it's in a hungry state. So he keep a hungry state in a cage. So keep a fish at outside. At first, the cat to escape from the box through trial and error. That means random voluntary movements. He want to escape from that cage. At the same time, he is in a hungry. So he pushed to take that fish and eat. So it repeats some random movements like here and there, jumping here and there, and scrolling like that. He show up some. Eventually, the cat accidentally pulled the string, escaped from the box, so that it could reach its reinforcement. What is reinforcement here? It's nothing but the fish. The fish here, the fish is reinforcement to that cat. When the cat was put back in the box, once again it went through series of incorrect responses before pushing the lever. Okay, the cat became progressively quicker at escaping and had a fewer incorrect behaviors. So this is what Thorndike's puzzle box experiment. It's quite easy to understand. He is using hungry cat, put a hungry cat in a cage and keep a dry fish outside that cage. Okay, it tries to that cat so hungry. It's in the hungry state, so it tries to get that fish. So it repeats the number of mistaken full behavior. At final, it touches the correct button and get that fish. So this is what Thorndike's experiment. Okay, in the end of his experiment, he given us 3 beautiful laws which is so helpful in learning. So these are the Thorndike's law of learning. So let's see this. First one is law of readiness, and the second one is law of exercise, and the third one is law of effect. Okay, the first one, we are much more familiar with the term readiness, and also in learning readiness is very much important. See, he is also using the hungry cat. Hungry implies its readiness, it's ready to eat. See, I am feeding the cat with a kg of fishes. What the fish might do in that cage? It simply sleep. Yes, but he is using hungry cat. Here the hungry term is implies readiness. The cat is ready to get that fish. That only showcase many unwanted things like that. So in learning also, the student has to be in a ready mind. See, you may be a efficient teacher, that may be a fruitful content or a joyful content, but there the student has to be in the ready mind. Okay, this is what he is telling in the law of readiness. A satisfying state of affairs results when an individual is ready to learn and is allowed to so. Being forced to learn when not ready, or being prevented from learning when ready to learn, results is an annoying state of affairs, obviously. And the next thing is law of effect. Thorndike termed this the law of effect, which suggested that when satisfaction follows an association, it is more likely to be repeated. And the third one is law of exercise. Yeah, in learning we also very much familiar with this term, exercise. Thorndike's law of exercise concerns the role of practice in learning. In learning, in the first attempt, we can't learn anything properly. So we have to repeat the learning process. We should have some more sufficient exercise on our particular learning. So these are the various laws given by Thorndike. So okay, students, Thorndike's theory on learning is very important topic in our B.Ed curriculum. So I hope you all understand it clearly. So pay your attention in this topic. I hope you all understand. Thank you.